Hi everyone, we are back with another war video today, and it is going to be War 10 and War 11 for this one. The first war, we just have the one fight, and we're going to be bringing in Odin for pre-fights, White Magneto for people's pre-fights, and then Human Torch. Our one fight is going to be against Absorbing Man here, and he is a rank 5. So we are using a rank 3 Torch, but it is Human Torch versus a Mystic, so we should be pretty safe as long as we understand Absorbing Man's mechanics. The plan going in was to do our best to push him to a special 1, bait it out, heavy counter, and then push him to a special 2, bait it out and heavy counter, and kind of just cycle between pushing between a special 1 and a special 2 to try and keep him out of his forms as much as possible. We are going to do our best to get a intercept in as well, so I think we do that pretty early on. We'll get a light intercept. So now we have the Fury, and we're going to do a huge chunk of damage while this is going on. Again, we practice heavy countering his special 1s. The plan of alternating between them didn't really go as well as I hoped, since he became pretty trigger happy with the special 1. So we're going to end up being at a couple special 1s, but as you can see, his health is extremely low now, down at 5%. But we're going to push him to a special 2. Bait that out, and then heavy counter that, and he'll be out of his forms, and that is going to wrap up this fight basically. With once he throws a special, he gets the power sting damage. But that ends the war versus TCN. A quick one, we did end up losing on time, but against an alliance like TCN with all their rank 5s, it is going to be hard to beat them on time. So it's definitely unfortunate, but 4 deaths isn't a bad performance from us overall. Our next war is War 11, and we are going up against PBT for a rematch. We have 6 fights this war, and we are using Omega Sentinel, Mr. Negative, and Hercules. For this first fight against Wong, we're going to make sure we use a Power Star at 1, as we want to try and get to our special 3 with as much dark energy as possible pretty quickly. With Wong, we do want to try and manage how many specials he throws, as his blue spell he gets, if we gain a buff, he goes unstoppable. And to knock him down, we obviously need to throw heavy, which Mr. Negative gains a buff when he does that. So it'll be basically impossible to knock him down unless we use a special or something, if we aren't able to manage his spells. So as you can see, he's got the orange spell and the green spell now. So that's the one special we really wanted to throw. When we convert our light energy dark energy, he gets a debuff, which reduces his power gain quite significantly. So as you can see, we're using that to the best of our advantage, and we built all the way up to our special 3. So we're going to convert this light energy after knocking him down with this evade counter. So we hit it, have the 18 or 17 dark energy, and this special 3 is going to do a large amount of damage from his dark damage energy. The hope after this was to try and bait out his special 2, but he went down very fast and we weren't really able to do it. So that means our next fight with Mr. Negative, the defender is going to gain a fury buff and a power gain that's going to give him 1 bar of power to start the fight. So besides that, pretty perfect, and that wasn't going to be the biggest issue if that did end up happening. So I'm happy with how that fight went. This next fight is just an absolute disaster, honestly. It's easily our worst fight of the season, and I just do a really bad job of sticking to the plan I had going in. The plan going in was to try and keep the Scorpion Sense off as much as possible by trying to get as many hits as we can in. But as you see, we lost our Indestructible right away, and there's no way we're going to get enough hits in before he gets the Scorpion Sense. The plan was, when he has the Scorpion Sense, to just medium light while he's stunned so that he can't evade. But we do a bad job of that. We just eat a special 2 there. So we are definitely losing the health race. So now he doesn't have the Scorpion Sense. We can do full combos, but Scorpion Sense is back up. So we want to only hit him while he's stunned now. And thankfully this person we're fighting does not have max limber, so that's not a huge worry. But obviously our damage is super reduced right now, so we want to be able to get a heavy in, but he has Scorpion Sense, so it's not safe to do that. We try and do it anyway. He evades, of course, and we eat another combo. So yeah, the Scorpion Sense is down though, so now we are able to heavy again. We have our Fury. I'm holding onto the special 3 because he has 3 poisons on me, and I'm not sure how that damage is going to be from the Power Sting. Yeah, Scorpion Sense up against, we're going to hit him on stun only. We eat one more heavy just to make this fight even more of a mess. So yeah, I mean, there's no reason this matchup shouldn't have been completely fine, but as you can see, there's mistakes everywhere. Again, we get him low, we have a special 3, we're going to throw it and just get out of here with the little dignity we have left after that performance. Thankfully, that is the worst fight of this war. There are several mistakes in later fights, but yeah, that one was a complete mess. So next up, we're going to be using Mr. Negative versus Chavez here. Again, the main thing here is we do have that effect on us, so we know she's going to gain a bar of power and a fury at the beginning of the fight. So we just need to make sure we're aware of that, and we don't push her to special 2 while she has her the dark dimension open, which would make it unblockable. But similar plan to Wong, we're going to use a power start 1. We're going to try and get to our special 3 with a lot of dark energy, knock her down and throw it. We're going to do 4-hit combos to try and reduce the chance of Chavez throwing a bunch of heavies, and we're going to parry her special 1s when she throws them. That I've practiced quite a bit, so we're going to just do our best on that. Right here we can convert while we have 8 light energy to 8 dark, which is a perfect amount. And yeah, same thing, 4-hit combos. Get to our special 3. Chavez throws a random heavy, of course, because that's what she likes doing. But we're at 8. Now we're at 10 light. We're going to evade counter here. And now we're going to knock her down and throw the special 3 with a fury and 18 dark energy. And this is going to close out the fight in one special 3. I think negative special 3 damage can be very high and strong, especially in these matchups where they can purify or shrug debuffs. So he's a great option for a lot of Mystic fights along Path 5, both in Section 1 and Section 2. But that ends his fights for this war. So we do turn on Suicides for our last 3 fights, since we're going to be using Hercules and Omega Sentinel. This first fight is against an Omega Sentinel with Hercules. There's not a lot to worry about here. She gains a heal if we dash back too much, but with Suicides on and her having, I think, 5 or 4 already feats of strength, this should be a quick fight. We're throwing on the invulnerability boost, but that's mainly for the next fight. But the plan here is to make sure we do a good job of managing her arm up so we don't get auto-blocked. So we're going to do our best to alternate between a heavy attack and a medium light attack. And we're going to try and just get to our special 2 as well and end the fight pretty quickly. But Omega Sentinel does not have a good amount of health. She's very much kind of reliant on those armor ups to reduce damage against her. So this fight is going to be very quick. So like I said, alternate between a heavy and a medium light. We'll bait out her special 1s, which will also take any armor ups if she did gain any. We can heavy counter her special 1 very easily, and at this point we know we can just throw a special 2 and end this fight. So that's it for Omega Sentinel, and yeah, super quick fight. Our next fight is going to be against a Domino on this path, and we are going to be using Omega Sentinel. This node has not masochism, but whenever you get a buff, they gain a heal. They'll nullify your buff and gain a heal. Omega Sentinel is immune to nullify. So this fight really is just Omega Sentinel versus Domino. Nothing else to really worry about. Obviously, it is Domino, so she can get lucky. She can evade, and sometimes your parries won't stick. So we just want to make sure we watch out for that and play cautious. But yeah, so we're going to try and build a special 2 and throw that, and hopefully that is enough to kind of end the fight. She does go lucky there, so we're going to stop hitting her so that she doesn't evade. We're going to just block all of her specials since this is Omega Sentinel's only fight. And we do make a mistake here. While she's lucky, we get a parry, We try and counter it, even though while Domino is lucky, she shrugs and he stuns quicker. Thankfully, we were able to get our block up in time and not take any damage, but even if we did eat that special too, we had the invul boost, so it wouldn't have done any damage, so this was very safe, and yeah, as you can see, Domino goes down very quickly. Our last fight of the war is going to be Attuma on node 53 with Hercules. Obviously, you don't want to stun the defender on this node, and you don't really want to stun Attuma to begin with. So yeah, and we're gonna throw on a regen. That's kind of just help with the suicide damage and with any thorns damage we get from hitting Attuma as well. We're not gonna be gaining power, so we're not gonna be able to throw any specials. So basically, we're just gonna hit combos into him a bunch and try and knock him down as quick as possible. Or finish this fight as quick as possible. We did practice heavy countering his heavy, so I feel pretty comfortable with that. And we do want to be careful of his, I think they're called hydration charges. So when he throws specials, he gains hydration charges, and we do not want him to get up to, I think, 19. If he gets to 19, he goes unblockable or unstoppable, and so that's something we just need to be aware of. Which I do an okay job of. So he's at 16, and if he throws another special one, he is going to be over it. Right there, he got his block up just in time, so he parried our heavy, and both hits didn't knock him down. But now he's at 20. I do get a hit in before I realize that, but we know we just need to wait this out. Once he goes below 19, his unstoppable will go away. So we're waiting it out, and now we should be good to go back in and start comboing. He throws a random heavy. We're just going to wait for an opening and finish up. But yeah, there was several mistakes in there. We ate a couple combos. One of our heavies didn't stick, but yeah, that really ends our war. We did end up losing this war as well, 5-4, which is quite unfortunate, and it puts us at 6-5 on the season. So this last war, it looks like we did secure Masters. So last war, if we win, we finish top 10, and if we lose, we will finish top 20. But hopefully we can turn it around this last war, grab a win, and just finish top 10. Thanks for watching.